that top 4.
And another game will be 6 Cascade up against XX Benz. That's a very tight group as well. But as you can see in picture there, that man, Rafa, passionate from Brazil. That's what they bring. Brazilians bring passion. They shout, they scream, let's go. It all happens.
We've heard him down on the pitch all day, just with the big shouts, the battle cries when he does score a goal. On the other hand, Y7INNAWI97, very on the more casual, calm side of things.
You'll be surprised. You're a bit of a roar from him as well. As he comes onto the camera in a minute. He might look like the friendly guy, but I've seen him roar a few times. I've heard a few let's goes, as you tend to hear from pretty much every single player in the FIFA scene. It
will be Canada versus Brazil, I believe, coming into this final game. The final round of fixtures from the Fiwc American qualifiers. Leah here, live from LA, and what a tournament it's been.
It's going to be a fantastic ending as well. We've seen fantastic FIFA today, Rich. We've seen some of the best esports players from the Americas scene. Brazil, Colombia, America, Canada. You know, so many regions and so many countries, continents into one region, and it's just going to improve. Can't even wait for FIFA 18.
Yeah, the very best 16 players from the American region will be all going through to that big knockout winners bracket tomorrow. One player, if you win one game, you book your place. One player drops out. Very harsh format, but that's the way it is.
It seems like the bronze superstition's happening for Y7INNAWI there, as he's just changed a few things around as you normally do. If you don't know by now, you lock in your chemistry before the game, and you jump into your team management before you change your custom tactics maybe, you move a few players around, you put your instructions on, you stay back while attacking, you get in behinds, everything like that. But I'm sure they're just going to have Luis in a more of an attacking midfield position there. He's just having a look, matching up to see what formation his opponent's playing. We're seeing wide versus narrow. I wouldn't be surprised if we see that change, because the one thing you have to do is match your opponent, to be honest.
Yes, so it is in this game. Rafa playing the 4-3-2-1 against the 4-3-3 of Y7INNAWI.
And it's taken 1 minute 38 in the other game, and there has been a goal. The question is, has it gone to XX Benz, or has it gone to that man, 6 Cascade, who qualified through the Mexico visa?
Yeah, let's jump straight into that game. It was XX Benz opened the scoreline. Lovely bit of skill from Neymar.
Showboat, there you go, top bins.
Don't get much better than that.
Doesn't get much better than that. Couture, no chance.
Early corner here from the Canadian side of Y7INNAWI.
That one just gets cleared out, and won't be troubling anyone anytime soon. And this game is still 0-0, still lots of players. You know, Group 1 and Group 3 have been included. We've said goodbye to 8 players. We said congratulations to 8 players. 4 from Xbox, 4 from PlayStation already are through to tomorrow, but we're still waiting to hear, or waiting to conclude, or waiting for the referee's whistle, really.
The group stages.
To find out who's going to be going through from Group 2 and Group 4.
Yeah, 8 players currently have calmed down. They're probably ringing at home and saying, you know what, I'm into the final game. I'm 2 legs of FIFA away from going to London.
And being part of that huge prize pot.
Having the chance to play for $200,000 at the Fiwc Grand Final later on in August in London.
And as you can hear, rules everywhere. There has been a penalty given in the other game. The question is, who has that penalty gone to? All I can say is it looked very harsh.
Very, very harsh.
And that penalty has been saved in that game.
Penalty save there. It was 6 Cascade who did save the penalty from XX Benz, and Ronaldo stepped up, went to the left.
The penalty, if we get a replay back on that, that was a very interesting penalty. Yeah. Blanc there, just walked past, I think. Tripped out, left the leg, and here we go. This could be a chance now for Rafa. One-on-one with the keeper. Had to be big, had to be brave, and there we go. Even when he tried to foul him, chips over the keeper. That's Ronaldo for you. That's what he does on the big stage.
I thought he took it too far there, personally, Rafa. He took the big touch out of his feet, and he just dinked it over the goalkeeper there. You can see the celebration. He's very, very happy with that. And 10 minutes, 16 minutes gone, Rafa 1-0 up.
I was expecting more of a C there instead of an Anton Griezmann little move there.
So let's have a look at the penalty that did get saved. Ronaldo stepped up to the spot.
Couture in goal, went the right way. Big Ant, Hugo Lloris in goal.
It was a nice height for him.
Yeah, it was. You know, sometimes penalties have their own Their own point of view, everyone has their own opinion on them this year, but it does remain at 1-0 to XX Benz in that game. And this game
has just been brought up
as well. Y7INNAWI97, man from Canada, is 1-0 down.
Yeah, I think he has made a change there. It looks like, yeah, David Luiz has come out of that back four. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, maybe he wasn't too keen with them.
Maybe Sergio Ramos has come on, or maybe
I think that is. I can see a Ramos in there as well.
Heung-min Son.
Okay.
So he might have dropped Ramos into centre back potentially if he started with him at CDM.
That's Ramos and Blanc. I can see there. Shot from distance there from Messi, and there just leaps out the air in the similar yellow kit. And we'll grab that one and just say, right, let's calm down. I know I'm 1-0 down at the moment, but the least thing we don't want to do is go 2 goals down.
Yeah, just keep calm, keep
collective.
Yeah, keep his opponent under wraps. He doesn't want to let his opponent go 1-2 or 3-0 up, as we saw in that last game with it was Filthy who went 3-0 up, 4-0 up at half time, and the game had completely gone for Mavs. He can't allow that to happen.
Pogba into Ronaldo now. Could this be a goal back for him? But standing strong at the back there. Oh, that was an effort there as well, but David De Gea will leap like a salmon again. 25
minutes gone on the clock, and Rafa has took the lead with Ronaldo with a lovely little delicate chip.
It was just one-on-one with the keeper. Probably got too much space than he would have usually expected to. We'll be going to jump at half-time over in the pitch side to find out how the emotions are. Who is winning? Who's doing well? Oh, maybe one more ball there. Pogba could have had there for finesse, but maybe just overcomplicated it. You can see some of the players there, either anger, over in Brazil, or Brazilian language that we probably can't break down about the translator as we've seen today.
Yeah, he's just struggling there. I think he were annoyed with a couple of the passes. I think he played the passes that he wanted to play, and he just didn't get the crispness on them that he did want. But he's currently 1-0 up, and everything going for him in this first half of football. You
can just see a few groans here and there, a few. Well, as you can hear, probably a little bit
agitated voices.
Either anger or a desire, jubilation.
Yeah, from either. In roughly 60 minutes' time, there will be one of these two players absolutely thrilled to bits with their performance, and will be clinching that third spot in the top 4.
Rafa. Now, Azpilicueta in a very attacking position. Out to Messi, trying to just toy with the bat. Oh, that's superb there. Taya on the rebound, and Marcelo. Right place, right time, just to defend that one.
Yeah, lovely individual skill there from Lionel Messi. Did the fake drag back, pulled it onto his left foot, and good save from David De Gea once again.
Once again there to make the difference, to make the save, and to keep this game only at 1-0 for Rafa.
38 minutes gone on the clock, and what these players are playing for, I'll tell you just
Here
after this chance.
Ronaldo into Marcelo.
Huge save from David De Gea. These players, it's the final round of fixtures here at the FIWC American qualifiers.
Sure that if anyone has stuck through this 7 hours, you'd have known the process. You know, you would have seen the struggles. Round 1, players not turning up, players not being confident. Round 7, where it really matters. All that hard work, all those hours of concentrating is happening, or has happened for a reason.
Yeah, all the players wearing their heart very much on their sleeve. And if you've got a favourite in this competition, be sure to get involved on Twitter at FIWC, or tweet using the hashtag FIWC Americas to give your opinion on the competition and who's your favourite coming into this this knockout stage tomorrow.
Who's your go-to guy, really, isn't it? As this corner will be taken short into the box, it goes there, flicked on. Who's going to get on the end of it? I'm not sure. It's just been dealt by Kante, the smallest player in that box. It fell down to him. He could just defend it for Rafa. Now with literally in-game minutes left to go. It could go at 1-0. It could be
Kante,
a
the furthest man forward. Clears the ball from one end.
Yeah, you know, and something
sprints the whole
going right when
the
you
pitch.
got Kante as your furthest man forward. You don't want to play it to him either because his finishing's not going to be great at all. I'm sure Rafa will just want to keep the ball in this half, because as long as it's not in his half, it's not causing him any danger at all.
Yeah, he's very cosy with the ball up in his opponent's half. Y7INNAWI needs to do something in this second half if he wants any chance to break his way into that top 4.
Added time of 2 minutes. We've just seen in the other game, or as you probably hear it from us, sorry, the penalty was saved by XX. From cascade on that side. It could have been 2-0 to XX Benz, but that's gone at half-time as 1-0. No more goals in that one. This one could be going in at 1-0 as well for Rafa, or will there be one more chance for Y7INNAWI97 just before the half-time whistle goes? Paul Pogba, where's it going? And there you go, half-time here as well. 1-0 the score.
Yeah, we're looking for the perfect little through ball there. Was Y7INNAWI to try and get back into this game, to try and just conjure up something for him. You can see it looks pretty calm though, doesn't look too under pressure, so I expect him to get back into this game, whether it be straight away or build into this second half and get a goal late on. How many times have we seen goals, 80th, 85th minute, late goals that change the complete complexion of tournaments?
Well, let's head over to Jump, who is pitch side with all of the results at the moment.
As they say, the home stretch is always the hardest. As Group B is underway, you see the emotions rolling heavy as players are excited to be making it in tomorrow, while others are feeling the despair of not being able to make it and compete for the 200,000 prize pool in London. As you can see, we are in the final stretch, Group 2 and Group 4 for Xbox One and PS4 coming across the board. Nothing short of close matches. We've got the 1-0 across the board on quite a few of them. As we can see, the players are just constantly in emotions and in themselves with the amount of energy and the amount of troubles that they're potentially facing. So for the final stretch, the final leg, we're going to kick it back to the guys to make sure we can close out strong.
Well, we know that, firstly, Epsilon Joey, he's already made it through, but he wanted the perfect start. He's 1-0 down. SDX Dylan is 1-0 up there. You know, it can't be 7-0 then. It may be a 6-0.
Yeah, it is. 1-0 at half-time, set to destroy Dylan against Epsilon Joey. But let's jump right back into this game. Let's not miss any of the action.
The final half of action from today and from the group stages. It's been a very long day for these guys. And it's crunch time. If there was a crunch time more than ever, here it is. You've heard me say it enough times today. You're probably thinking,
that could be our catchphrase.
When is the crunch time? Is it round 1 or is it round 7, Brandon? What's the deal with it?
The different levels of crunch time.
There is.
This is the 100%.
Maybe there's 10 levels.
Crunchy nut crunch time. It doesn't get any more crunchy than this.
But here we go. 6, 7 in-game minutes of real life time. Sorry, 45 in-game minutes to come. Substitutes may add that a little bit on, maybe 8, 9 minutes, but literally play your best if you don't have any chance of playing in tomorrow. Here we go.
Chance.
This could be 2-0. Rafa, Suarez there. Second time of asking. What a save again. Only out to the edge.
Yeah, he put his foot on the ball and stopped it there. I think that was the thing that completely slowed the momentum down of Suarez. I think if he had just carried on and ran in a straight line, finessed it around the goalkeeper, you're looking at 2-0 there, but he took his time, put his foot on the ball and just didn't... As a caster, I play a lot of FIFA. I don't understand why anybody would have done that there. Put the foot on the ball and tried firing it past the goalkeeper.
Slows it down.
Slows all the momentum down in the player.
If you look at every goal, there has been another goal in the game that is a feature one as well. 6 Cascade versus XX Benz. We'll come into that one very shortly, but I agree with you, Richard, because the way that you do score, it's centimetres here, it's little timings here where you can make the difference. Yeah, let's head straight over to that game. XX Benz doubles his lead against 6 Cascade. With the goal, little interchange there, past the keeper. Would have maybe expected him to go near post there, but Messi isn't complaining, and XX Benz is 2 goals up. All I'm seeing from all the groups today is one player winning 2 games, then goes and loses 1. Everyone is that good. Everyone is that good, and everyone is capable of beating every other player. We've said it, but there's a difference between saying it and it actually happening, and it has happened. The only player who was unbeaten was Epsilon Joey. He's losing 1-0 to set to destroy Dylan. He is indeed, and just proves our point once again. I just look at this as, I know it's an e-sport, I know it's FIFA 17, I know it's the virtual game, but it's football. You know, you get the regular football fan, it's a chance for Rafa now. Why didn't he have a shot there? I'm asking that to myself. He's probably asking that to himself there as well. You can probably just hear a groan from him. But as a football fan, you always have a mixed day at football. Chance, whether you take your chances. Here we go. This could be a chance for the Canadian. He's just pulled him off the line. Will he risk that? No, he's not. That's clever. Ball across the box. I think he just shouted there. Was that Son? I think he did shout for Heung-min Son. I thought that could have been the chance there. You might have heard the shout from Son in the background, but didn't manage to get open. Probably you wanted Ronaldo there, maybe Suarez, probably a more physical striker to really get up and win the ball for him. To get up and make the difference. Ronaldo tried to play it on the outside of the boot all the way across. Pogba interchanging. I can feel like there's a bit of momentum change now. It's changed feet.
The scales have slightly. It feels
Just
like
hear him shouting at Messi there. Why is Messi not locking onto the ball? He's saying maybe the pass was too heavy.
Feels like the scales have slightly changed, and we've got a higher percentage for Y7INNAWI97 to try and get a goal.
Yeah, because he needs a goal, and as the minutes tick by, the pressure's going to build, the anger's going to build. We're not going to see any rage. We're going to see a not too impressed player, because he knows that this is the time he needs to bring his best game. And these players are absolutely probably knackered by now. They've had to play 6 games already at a very high level of concentration. I think there was a footballer that said about it that he used to get headaches after playing football. He used to concentrate so long at a high level. There's been a penalty in the other game, and it's gone to XX Benz.
He's got a chance to redeem himself from that earlier penalty miss.
And that penalty has been scored. We will get a replay on that one, but that will be 3-0 to XX Benz over there. Ronaldo runs away. Second time of Arsenal on the penalty, but this time he makes no mistake.
Yeah, he went exactly the same way. Cristiano Ronaldo high to the right-hand side, slots it home, and Ronaldo makes it 3 for XX Benz in the final round of fixtures.
Let's go and have a look at that penalty now from XX Benz. You can see steps up against Higuaín, missed before. Here we go, not missing that one. Right-hand corner.
3-0 the scoreline in that one. Could say game over. Very
much not game over. Finesse it, Messi.
Heavy touch.
Cole Walker's just done enough there, just to edge the player in the back, just to say no thank you.
With only 12 minutes left to play, this game is very much still in the open. 1 goal separates the sides.
If a goal goes in, you know, I'm going to hear the biggest roar I've heard all day. Here we go. Try to get through there. I think there's one more chance in this one. You always get one more chance, Richard.
I think you could hear the biggest let's go ever if Y7INNAWI does get a goal back. Here we go,
this could be it. Neymar trying to build some more players into this attack, trying to recycle before you go forward. Marcelo into Heung-min Son. Kante back to Paul Pogba. Going to link back inside there, maybe try and find a way through on this time. Heung-min Son, half turn, Messi. Oh, that could have been cheeky.
That would have been wonderful FIFA there if he managed to get that back heel. Counter-attack, look for Neymar.
This could be game over, this could be game, set, and match. Messi now, calm it down, finesse, surely, does it need to? And there you go, Rafa, 2 goals to 0. That's counter-attack. If there's counter-attack in the dictionary, that's it there for you.
You've got a gif of that move right there. Pass, pass, pass. Keeper runs out. Messi slots it past him. 2-0. Game over.
That is concluded. That man is top the group, I believe. It'll be 15 points. And an impressive performance. A Brazilian that has gone under wraps. Maybe better than Lucas Rep.
Yeah, you've got to say that. He beat him earlier on in the tournament with a fantastic goal from Cristiano Ronaldo. He's rode that wave of momentum all the way into this final group stage game, and 2-0 up against Y7INNAWI. What a performance it's been.
It has, and you could just see him laughing there. Y7INNAWI knew that, okay, I committed too many players forward there. I got counter-attack, hands up, and you can see what it means to Rafa there. The biggest shout, he said, the biggest passionate chant of let's go, yes, yes, yes. And because it does mean a lot. You are going through to tomorrow. You're going back to the hotel tonight, sleeping happily, knowing, right, I'm 2 games away, 1 game or 2-legged game away from doing it.
Yeah, you can recompose for tomorrow. You can bring your best performance, hopefully, for tomorrow. Going to see a late chance here. Heung-min Son turning straight into Sergio Ramos. What a brick at the back. What a brick wall he's been at the back of that defence for Rafa. Could see a late chance here to make it 3. Messi down the line. Went for the spinning side, and that is it.
And there we have it. Rafa tops his group. And what an impressive performance it was in the end from him. Over on the PlayStation side, Group 2, I believe, Group 2 and 4 in action. He's top Group 2. And what an impressive performance it was in the end. That game's still underway with XX Benz. He's 3-0 up at the moment. We'll give you an update when that one does conclude. But Richard, Rafa, another big, strong Brazilian.
Yeah, huge performance from Rafa, following in the footsteps of Rafifa in the Berlin Foot Champions Grand Final. He did what he needed to do there, got top 8, solidified his place for the FIWC Grand Finals, and what a performance that was.
It was counter-attack.
Currently 83rd minute, 84 minutes gone in the other game. Benz is winning 3 goals to 0, so that should be
That's an interesting
3
game.
points
3 goals, 2 penalties, 1 missed, 1 scored. But the man from Canada looks like he'll be scoring that one. I'm just going to go into that game now. Literally 4 minutes left of it, and we'll take you through to that final whistle.
Yeah, so I'm going to say 4-0, 4 minutes left. 3-0 Benz up against 6 Cascade.
I don't know where. Well, I think Benz would go through on this one, but it's so tight in that group. We're not gonna
jinx anything.
Yeah, we're not gonna jinx anything until we get those standings that are fully up to date, which will be coming a little bit shortly when our admins get all the data together and we can give you a full lowdown on those 16 players.
Yeah, much rather wait a little bit and get the final correct results for the top 4, because this is a huge moment in some of these FIFA players' careers. If they can get into that top 4, they're 1 game away from the FIWC Grand Finals in London.
They are indeed. Here comes Messi now, out wide to Ronaldo. Going to go back inside if he can. Vieira inside again there. 9 going on the half turn. Maybe go low driven and if any, own goal. No, just going to
Antonio Valencia clearing that off the line there. But what a performance this has been from Benz. 2 pretty comfortable performances.
A man that came into this as a bit of an underdog, first major event, and he's played ever so well, and he's booked himself through to tomorrow, I believe. But again, I believe we don't